guys, welcome to day 6 of the Confessions of a Paper Addict Cutfiles, 20 days of Cutfiles. Today's prompt is traditions, and I have the new released Abominable Snowman. I already backed him just because I didn't want, it would make my video even longer, and since we're doing so many, I'm trying to do all 20 this month, wanted to keep it short. So I just took some of my Studio Tecturic. I had a few winter lines from a couple years ago. It might have been last year. And I just backed him with that. And then I took his belly and his face and I just white embossed it. And then I took Nuvo drops. They got a little messy, but filled in his little toenails, his eyeballs, his nostrils. And he's so cute. And I have, so for traditions, for us, a tradition is to go see the lights. There's a big light display every year in one of the parks. And so this is from 2018. And now this year, this is the only photo I got. This was like the first thing we looked at. My son was playing. They had like an igloo set up. And you could sit there and change the lights so you could see like the ice change and stuff. So he's looking to the inside of it and you can see it's really cool on the inside. You see the lights change. So he was playing with that. It was cold. I had an older phone, so I kept dying. So I didn't get any other photos besides this, and because this was like our first stop. It was really, really cold that year. So that is one of our family traditions, is every year we make sure we go see the lights. Last year we didn't get to because of COVID. So I'm hoping this year we get to. Hopefully we already went by the time you see this video. But this is also my design team layout for one of them for this month. I've had one already. This is number 2. And Virginia, I requested an Abominable Snowman. So Virginia challenged me to use that. So I've got him backed. I've got my one photo. I'll probably have a good size journaling spot. I plan on doing, so I used just one part of a cut apart card on this paper for my snowman, my Abominable Snowman's hat. I really like these cut aparts, but I really love the wood grain, so I think we will use the wood grain as our background. I'm going to get out some, I think some wood veneer pieces from Shadney's shop and see what else I can find to make this page. So let's get started. So because I backed the cut file already, this actually comes together pretty quickly. And that is one of the things I love because I'm able to just do the fussiness of backing a cut file, and then it stands so much attention on the page that it does all the decorating for me. Also, I love cut files because of the fact that too, and that was kind of the main reason I started using them. Sometimes I didn't have the greatest pictures, and so it made me really, really happy. It made me really happy to have something that I could put on my page that would help tell the story, because my pictures were crap. So I love that about this. Yes, the Abominable Snowman has nothing to do with lights, but it's just something fun to make the page pretty. Anyway, I'm ranting and raving. So I'd cut out part of one of the cards on the back of this wood grain paper to back the Abominable Snowman's hat with, but I really wanted to use this wood grain, and so then I took what was left over of this like coral and red polka dot paper and just tore it, obviously, and set it on the page, and I liked that, and I really wanted to use one of these cards. Now I'm kind of sad because the back side of the wood grain is a bunch of cards, pocket cards that are really good and probably would have been really neat Christmas like layouts, but the whole point is to use my stuff, and I'm really close to using up a lot of my Studio Tecturic. I don't have a lot left, so I'm gonna I think in the future shop for some more because I really like their stuff. Anywho, there was one pocket card I really, really wanted. There was one that said December from another sheet, but the way it
went into the layout. Like, it was going to get cut off no matter what and not seen. But then I thought I needed a place to journal. So then there was this other pocket card that looks like a little notebook, has a little label. It says, "Baby, it's cold outside." Perfect. This is a very kind of white, serene layout. There's not a ton of color, but I like the pops of the color that I do add. So I'm going to back my photo with a couple papers. The paper that I used mainly to back the Abominable Snowman, and then another one. And then I just popped him up on foam, and I finally figured out an arrangement that I liked for having my photo and the pocket card and the cut file all settling. And so after I get that done, I'm like, well, what else do I want to do? And then I thought, you know what? I did Gagne on Etsy, did a, I think 12 Days of Christmas wood veneer, like little advent calendar thing last year that I got, and I have hardly used any of it. So I went, I'm going to journal here, and I'm thinking about that while I'm journaling. And so I decide I'm going to go see what's all in there, because there's got to be something I want to use. I remember loving everything in there. And I'm just one of those people too. Like, sometimes I have so many other things going on that I'm like, why, what am I doing? I'm working on other projects. So it's like, I get excited about hauls, but then I get distracted by doing other projects, because that's what happens. Anywho, so we are, I'm getting that stuff out, and I find I have all these little wood veneer light bulbs. And I was like, well, we're at the lights, right? So I'm getting out 3 Distress Oxides. I get out Twisted Citron. I think I use Picked Raspberry. Yep. And I think it's Broken China. I'm pretty sure it is. And I'm just going to use a tiny paintbrush, and I'm going to paint using those Distress Oxides. So literally dipping my paintbrush into the oxides to paint color on the light bulbs. So I have some colored light bulbs. And then I'm going to go ahead and take some glossy accents and go on top of them. So then they have like a glossy bubbled effect. And then they look like kind of actual light bulbs. And that makes me super happy. They turned out super cute. And then I will go ahead and grab, I have some, instead of like normal embroidery floss, it's like a roll of it already broken down to a single thread. So it's like thread, but it's thicker because it's more like embroidery floss. But it's only single strand. And I found just black and white in Joann's one time. And I thought, well, that's perfect, because sometimes I want just single thread for stitching and stuff. And that way I don't have to pull the threads apart. And black and white are 2 that I probably would use the most. So I'm going to actually, and what's awesome about these wood veneer is they actually have little holes in them. So I'm going to string them through on this thread, and then do kind of a string of lights above the Abominable Snowman and below the Abominable Snowman. And so it's like, yeah. And then that, I feel like, creates the perfect little nest for me to have my title then down kind of Abominable Snowman below my photo, but by his feet. But it doesn't leave such a big gap, and I can use these awesome tile alphas that I love from Studio Tecturic in the coral and the blue. So that way it kind of all ties together. And then I have these little pops of that green around that are in his hat and then in the light bulb. They're not everywhere, but a little bit. And then there was also this wood veneer piece that says, "I love you to the North Pole and back." And I paint some of the things on that with it as well. I got a little messy on that, which makes me kind of sad, but I kind of wipe up it off, and it kind of looks like it's supposed to be there. So anywho, but I do that, and I'm going to place that right at the corner of my photo as well. And so it's minimal embellishments, but the embellishments that are there, I feel like, are pretty impactful. And then my giant Abominable Snowman, which I love him. I love him. And then at the very end, I'm just going to add some black splatters with Shimmer's Night Moves, and that is it. Oh yeah, and then my title, I don't remember if I said this in my intro or not, it's going to be Walking with the Abominable Snowman. So now I hope you sing that now when you, instead of walking in a winter wonderland, I hope that pops into your head instead. So yeah. So that's all I got for you. So make sure you check out, the Confessions of a Paper Addict Cutfiles, or Confessions of a Paper Addict Facebook group, because there were a bunch of freebies released this month, super good ones. You should probably go snack those. And then all the Cutfiles that were released this month as well. And then also check out everybody else who's doing the 20 days of Cutfiles. I will have everybody linked down below, whether they're playing every day or just today. And yeah, it's going to be super fun to see what people do with the prompt. Some people are going to make their Cutfile be the prompt, the subject of their, their photo be the prompt, the subject of or whatever inspires them about the prompt. And that's super fun. So I hope you guys are having a fabulous day. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. Give it a thumbs up if you are so inclined. And then also don't forget to comment if you want to comment. I love comments. I read them all. I might not respond to all of them, but I do read them all. So thank you again for everybody supporting my channel, and make sure you check out the Etsy shop. Go get some Cutfiles. We'll see you next time. Bye.